Record.
Hello, America. Dave Hodges here. I'm the host of the Common Sense Show. We are the show that is freeing America one enslaved mind at a time. Thank you so much for joining us. Really, really good to be with you. Thank you so much. We are partners in freedom. I don't care where you come from around the world. And we have a news release. And I've sat on this actually since last Friday. And now coming forward from yesterday's news. We, I believe, are under attack. We've also seen similar attacks in Europe and also Australia. What am I talking about? Well, we're going to tell you what Iran is up to. And I'm pretty sure, I'm not pretty sure, I'm really sure this is Iran. Anyway, we're going to cover this with you. I just want to let you know we're brought to you by the good people at Kirkstone Metals. I don't do investments here. You think, Dave, I don't remember ever doing investment. Yeah, I wouldn't even bring this up if I didn't think this was a great deal. The people at Kirkstone Metals, they're a $10 million company playing in a neighborhood of $250 million companies, but they're on the ground floor. They own two uranium mines in the rich Athabasca region. And right now, this is growing. Uranium is exploding because of its high tech application, its weapons grade application. And Kirkstone is right there with the big boys, and it's easier to get into what they do than somebody else. And in America, we have a 98% deficit in uranium. Yeah, so this is really important. And the Department of Energy, by order of President Trump, has put in $2.7 billion into research, and the price is exploding and it's going to go exponentially higher. This is a great time to look into this. If you go to kirkstonemetals.com, you will find a link to a free video. No pressure, they're not going to hammer you, but you'll get to see what they're up to, and you say, hey, this is something I think I could get behind and get involved in. This is now the time. Kirkstonemetals.com, and you'll find the link. And by the way, if you see this on social media, I will put the exact link to the to the video itself. Hey, what am I talking about here with what has happened? And this is shocking. Channel 23, a Fox News station in Tulsa, is reporting that there's a major fire as of yesterday at a huge oil refinery. And this oil refinery is really important. And the reason why it's important is it not only handles our domestic crude, it can also take some of the sweeter oil from Canada. And we're becoming partners with Canada in oil, despite what Ottawa wants them to do. And this is in the Western provinces that really would like to get out of Canada and join the United States, but they can process that oil. Well, given the current state of affairs, this is really, really important. And now you have this mysterious fire. And if this were just a single standalone incident, we'd say, oh, so sad, too bad. It's just a coincidence to the war and the closing of the Strait of Hormuz. But it's not. Something similar happened in New Orleans at a refinery last Friday. Also, something similar has happened at a major refinery in Australia and three refineries in Europe. How many coincidences are you going to accept before you realize this is almost certainly an Iranian conspiracy? Now, some people will point to Israel, and I see no proof for this. They'll say Israel's doing this as false flag to keep the U.S. engaged in the war so they can't depend on their own domestic oil. That's not true. And I'll tell you why it's not true. Donald Trump cannot leave this war right now, he cannot leave it at all without losing major face, having his presidency go down in a shambles. He'll be a shell of himself in the history books, and that's not what his ego can handle. He would put it this way. He's not going to be manipulated any longer by Israel. He knows he was led into a bad deal. Rubio as much as admitted it, and we've covered that. This is a real Iranian threat. They're putting the pressure on the US. You want your oil? Hey, we're going to come after you. It's interesting that they haven't gone after the grid. They're doing the refineries, and that's a pinpoint strike. And I think that's really intelligent in terms of a war strategy for Iran. I think it's highly intelligent. And our security is very lax. And I hope the president right now puts National Guard troops to all refineries and guards them because this is too coincidental If it was just the two American refineries, I'd be highly suspicious. But we're looking at this phenomena going international, and Iran's trying to put pressure on foreign countries to put pressure on the United States to quit the war so the Strait of Hormuz can open up and they can continue whatever they want to do. Now, am I necessarily buying the weapons of mass destruction, nuclear weapons? No, I'm not buying that. That's an unproven allegation and it proved to be false in Iraq. And the power brokers behind this war lied to us about Iraq. So I am suspicious, and rightfully so suspicious. And President Trump, you want to convince the American people that Israel's not calling the shots for your administration? Show us the proof. Show us the proof. You've done it before. You've been very forthcoming before with the Doge purge that you did when you came into office. You showed the proof. So we want to see something, Mr. President, and we want to see it now. But in the meantime, the president needs to take steps to protect our refineries. Folks, this isn't the last of this. We're going to see a lot more of this. I'm Dave Hodges. This is the Common Sense Show.